This is the same book as yesterday. I'll just show you just in case you didn't see it. This is the book from Sheikh Saeed Foudeh. So, uh, one of the terms that Ibn Taymiyyah, I think he invented it, is sifaat ayniya, and I'm going to try to explain that through Sheikh Saeed Foudeh's book here. Um, After mentioning these three hadith reports, Ibn Taymiyyah went to cite on other reports. Just going to get to the point here. Ibn Taymiyyah wished to establish that two hands are concrete attributes, sifat ayniya, things that are confined within boundaries and not qualitative attributes, or sifat ma'niya, which could mean, I think it means meaning, or a figure of speech indicative meaning of meanings affirmed for Allah. Ibn Taymiyyah believed that Allah possessed two hands, in which a physical pointing to the one of these is different from a physical pointing to the other. This is what he means when he said they are concrete, right? Sometimes he has to invent new terms to kind of hide what his real beliefs are, right? So that's why he used the word concrete, which is ayniya. Clarifying this, our attribute, and this is a quote from him, Ibn Taymiyyah. Clarifying this, our attributes include what is ayan, concrete, and physical, ajsam, he's talking about the human, and they are our dimensions, such as face and hand. Other attributes of ours are qualitative meanings and accidents, right? In Arabic, muhdath, and they subsist within us, such as hearing, seeing, speech, knowledge, and power. Furthermore, it is known that the Lord described himself as living, knowing, and all powerful. The Muslims did not say that the apparent meanings of these things is not intended. This is because the understanding of these things as they apply to him is similar to how they understand for us. Likewise, when he described himself that saying that he created Adam with his two hands, it did not necessitate that its apparent meaning is not intended. For the understanding that, as it applies to him, is similar to how it is understood to us. Nay, it is an attribute of the one described, and it is appropriate to him. Right? Here you see that Ibn Taymiyyah divided the attributes into two categories: qualitative attributes and concrete attributes. He believed that the expressions which indicate qualitative attributes within us, such as power and knowledge, also apply to God. He believed that the meanings understood from them as they apply to us are the same meanings that apply to Allah. Based upon that, he believed the second category, the so called concrete attributes, is analogous to the qualitative attributes. This argument questions why the meanings understood in the expressions indicate concrete attributes for God cannot have the same meanings as the concrete attributes applied to us. Ibn Taymiyyah, that, and he'll get to the good point here soon. Uh, that he says that they possess meanings that befit God, and here's the part where he explains what it all means. As you can see, this method of argumentation is a type of analogy or comparison, right? And you can clearly see that here, right? The points of contention between us and Ibn Taymiyyah are in the expressions that indicate concrete parts, limbs, and appendages. And basically, what Sheikh Saeed Foudeh is arguing is that the term concretes is actually is like a synonym for parts, limbs, and appendages, right? Or pieces, sort of speak, right? As if to say that, the two hands are separate, and you know what I mean? This is one hand, that's the other, right? We say that when these expressions are used with respect to Allah, they must not be understood to mean parts or limbs, what Ibn Taymiyyah calls concretes, right? As you can see, he's replacing the words for concretes. These meanings cannot be attributed to Allah because that would indicate inclusive and implicit corporeality and resemblance. Ibn Taymiyyah believed that these things are not impossible with respect to Allah, for exalted and transcendent is He above what the anthropomorphist said. Ibn Taymiyyah's doctrine can be summed up in the following statement: it is permissible, may it is the truth, that Allah is a body and composed of parts, limbs, and digits. And yeah, you get the point. And so even though sometimes he kind of like says, "Oh, Ibn Taymiyyah believes that he is a body composed of parts." He didn't actually say these words. He says other words, and basically, what Sheikh Saeed Foda is like, it's almost like trying to unlock the true belief, and you have to kind of go through what he says and like say, okay, what he really means is this, but he's using a different word to say it in order to kind of hide list, not to be too open about it. Yeah, I could keep going, but I don't know if I don't think you guys want the video to be too long, right? So